Hello, welcome to Lit Bricks. My name is Mike, and today we will be lighting up Krusty Burger. I ordered this kit a while ago, got held up in customs. It finally showed up today, so we are going to put it on. It's in a big box, which must mean there's a lot of lights in it. I don't know. I'm assuming. I have no idea. I haven't looked it up. All I know is I needed it, so I bought it. Light my bricks kit, of course, since, kind of work for him now. I mean, yeah, we're making videos for him, so I guess I kind of do, which is awesome. Either way, we'll get into this set. It's an awesome set. Nobody thought this was going to happen. This was a long time coming. I had the Quickie Mart. I had the Simpsons house. I wish they'd make more Simpsons stuff. I kind of wish they'd make Moe's Tavern, but I'm not sure if LEGO would do that or not because it's the tavern. Although, I feel like some of the modulars had bars in them or places to drink alcohol. So maybe they will. I think it'd be cool. I'm not sure if, I don't know if I have a Moe. Is there a Moe minifigure? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Look, I don't know everything. I know everything about lighting. I just don't know everything about every LEGO set ever made. So there probably is a Moe. I'm not sure. Either way, we'll get into the Krusty Burger here. This is a cool set. It's very detailed inside, of course, just like the Quickie Mart. Quickie Mart is awesome inside. So I'll take this apart, show you what's inside, and then we'll get to lighting. So let's do this. Okay, so firstly, you got to take off most of the roof pieces. Actually, all of the roof pieces. I don't know why I said mostly. You got to take off all the roof pieces and this door back here. Either way, you'll find that out in the instructions if you do this yourself. So here's the inside of this place. It is pretty awesome. There's a cool giant booth there. There's a kids zone, Krusty's kids zone, with all kinds of cool little it's like a ball pit. It's pretty sweet. I know I wasn't pointing the camera at it until now. There's like a hot dog and some french fries here. Oh, no, it's not a hot dog. What is that, a sandwich of some sort? I don't know. Garbage can back here. It's got a cool sticker on it. Here's our buddy mopping up the floor. Freckle-faced dude. He's still in here. Everybody else is outside. There's some really cool stickers in this set. This is really cool, where you order the food. Kind of hard to see, I know. The kitchen back here is cool. There's a fryer. There's french fries in there. There's like a grill. It even says industrial grill on it. There's Buzz Cola back here. All kinds of cool stuff. The ordering where you pick up your food outside the drive-thru. There's a bathroom with a bunch of stuff on the floor. Water. So yeah, pretty cool inside. Could it have been bigger? Yeah, I mean, obviously. Part of me wants to buy another one of these and make it bigger. But you run into problems when you do that sometimes, especially with sets like this. So I'm not exactly sure. Yes, you could do it, but it would take some extra pieces, I believe, if you wanted to actually make this double the size. Either way, we're not doing that. This is pretty cool. So like where the grease comes out. The order window is cool. I like that. Alright, so let's see what the first bag contains, since we are now bag one. Unlike the last one we did, that was all backwards. So we will do that, and let's see what's in bag one. Okay. Bag one. Let's see. Oh, jeez. It's already falling out. What is this? Astro Regular Red 15. I know what these little things are now, by the way. Yeah, this is a flux converter. Yep. So you can plug your flux in there and convert it to either C or USB-A. USB-C, USB-A. That's a flux converter. I know that now. Oh, hey, that's cool. It's the first time I've seen extra pieces. Well, that weren't like spotlight elements, of course. Looks like we got a meteor light and a 1x6 tether for the meteor light. So this is probably going to be going on the ceiling, like most meteor lights. We got some docks. We have a power-only dock, which is a 4-port, and it's only good for the flux cables and the flux touchpads. Will only plug into this. It's a power dock. So lights do not plug into this necessarily. Actually, I don't think at all. They plug into these, and this is a 3-port dock. That makes no sense. So those are in here. Oh, we got I think this is called a tether. I don't know. It holds wires because there's a bunch of them. Looks like we got a 50 centimeter belt, which is probably for power. Astro regular yellow 15. I'm learning, folks. I'm learning. We have a 15 centimeter belt, connecting belt. We have a Astro regular green light. Boy, there's all kinds of. Oh, you know what? It's because I bet you that all the cool little things inside are gonna be lit up. Here's another belt, 15 centimeter belt. And here's a 30 centimeter belt. Boy, lots of belts in this. And it looks like we have maybe possibly some spotlighting elements or something to light up something specific. So let's see what this is all about. All right, so those parts weren't for spotlighting. They were to hold this power dock. I call it a power dock. I should see. I know what the lights are called. I should see what this is called. Because we have the 3-port and the 6-port docks, which are for lights and power, but this is like a power-only dock, which is what I'm going to call it. Either way, we got a 15 centimeter belt and the power-only dock, and those pieces were here to put this there, which I appreciate. I think that's kind of cool. And this is going to go inside. Underneath some things, I'd imagine. Let's figure it out. All right, belt's connected, door's back in. Everything's good to go now. Little pieces back in. Here's our 15 centimeter. It's going to plug into something. I'm assuming this dock, which I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. I love the fact that this is coming off this building right here because, what was I doing? Showing my legs? That's hilarious. I got little tiny shorts on. Either way, I'm glad this dock is here. It's going to be easy for me to get power outside this building to hook it up to everything else. Because I had to buy more converter docks because I had to plug in these sets to my old stuff. So now I can do that. Either way, that's done. And we're going to move on. All right, so we got a red light in here now in the grill. But this green light, I don't know if you can see this or not, but these little studs that light my brick supplies have notches cut out of them. And originally they were for obviously the big wires for their old 1.0 kits. But they've continued to manufacture these for these kits as well. And it's pretty awesome because if it's in a tight spot, you can literally put the stud on the wire and it'll stay there because of that little notch. And you know, it's kind of hard to see it, but there is a little notch there that the wire is sitting in. And it works out great. So kudos to Lightning Bricks for continuing to use those studs with the little cutout in them. I like it. All right, so the wires for the grill lights are underneath this tile now, and I cannot stress this enough. You could not do this with the old stuff. You could, honestly, you could. But if you tried, 9 times out of 10, this wire would break, and you would not be happy about it. These ribbon cables, though, yeah, look at this tile's still flat. There's wires in between the tiles, and it's perfect. So, again, a great idea with the ribbon cables. All right, we got a yellow light now in the oil, the fry oil, which is pretty cool. And here's the cable for it. And again, coming out underneath. It is amazing the versatility that you have with these flat ribbon cables over the big wires. And trust me, after lighting hundreds of things with the old wires, this is the greatest thing I've ever used. I know it sounds crazy, but you light up all of this stuff using the old things, and this is day and night. This stuff is awesome. I love it. Either way, another light. All right, so I successfully used I still think it's called a tether. I don't know. I'll look it up. It's a thing that you hold wires with, and they're actually not the easiest things to use. I know it sounds weird, but you have to really make sure you lay the wires flat. Like, they can't be sitting vertically. You got to make sure all the ribbon cables are flat. And when you're trying to bunch a bunch of them in there, it can be a little tedious, but once you get it done, it holds them, and it looks great. So that part's completed, and I'm assuming the table's just going to go back on top of this stuff. Just plugged in our 50 centimeter belt. I'm assuming this is going to the sign or the car. I don't think the car or well, I know the sign's hooked up to this. I don't think there's an extra battery pack. Sometimes they'll give you the little battery packs if it's like a car. I think it's going to hook up everything. So Honestly, I prefer that. I don't like the little battery packs that they put in things sometimes because you got to go buy the batteries for it and yeah, whatever. When I turn everything on, then I got to go turn a little car on, which is fine. It looks good, but I'd much rather have it hooked up to the set and plugged into the wall so everything comes on at the same time. It's just easier that way. But either way, 15 centimeter cable in. What are you doing? Fuzzy lady. Hey, sweetie. Hey, where are you going? What you doing? Get over here. Yeah, you want to be in the video? I told him I want to make kitties involved some more because you're always down here anyway. Where's the other one? Hey. I see a face. See that face? That is Anubis. He's my fuzzy buddy. Yeah. And this one is named Face. She's Fuzzy Lady Face. Actually, she's named Face from A-Team. Her brother is Murdoch. But we call her Fuzzy Lady, and her brother is Dr. Hambo. I know, makes no sense. Okay, so we got to put our meteor light on now, which is going somewhere around here, I'm assuming, because the wire only goes that far. The belt. I mean, whatever. Either way, this thing down here that's holding all these wires, it's not a tether. I'm dumb. This is the tether. This is what you put underneath the meteor light to make sure it's going to stick somewhere, which I didn't do, so I'm going to do that right now. And that goes in there. This thing down here that holds wires is called an eclipse. And yes, I don't know why. I don't know. It's a pretty cool name for something, I suppose, but it holds wires. And it does a pretty good job. So either way, meteor light in, and I believe we are on to the next bag, wherever this ends up. So let's get going. All right, so that's pretty clever. Light my bricks. Added these 2 tiles here just to hold this meteor light above the checkout counter, or where you get your food counter. Checkout counter. I suppose you're checking out here. It is kind of funny that both these cash registers have different numbers on them. One of them says like $800 and something. It'll focus on that. The other one says like $6. I'm guessing that's Homer. Either way, pretty cool. And yeah, we are on to the next bag. So, or we are on to the next bag. So let's see what's in it. Okay, bag 2. What's in bag 2? No, I gotta say, I wasn't too sure what all they were going to light up in the set because it's not a very big set. I mean, it's kind of a small set, honestly. But there's all kind. Look at these are the little meteor lights, and aren't they cute? There's a lot of them. Wow, 4 of these little bad boys. Here's the tethers for them. Looks like we got some random pieces, some random belts. These are all belts. Ooh, except for this. Ooh, a large warm white. Now that I know what the little things mean, I'm figuring it all out. Ooh, 5 centimeter belt. Don't see those very often. All right, cool. Let's see where this stuff goes. Okay, so we've added all the little meteor lights and the big meteor lights. Nothing I don't need to show you, but here's a little one, here's a big one, and here's another little one over here, which are going to look awesome because they're in front of the windows. So I understand why they didn't decide to put anything in the ceiling necessarily, because it would have been, the way the ceiling sits on the set, you can't really do a wireless power connector. Well, you probably could, or a flux touchpad. You probably could, but it would be, you'd have to add a bunch of pieces, and it might not be the easiest thing to do. So they're putting them in front of the windows, which is, I think, a great idea, I gotta say. So here they all ran with 15 centimeter belts, and there's one 15 centimeter belt coming out the last one, because you can run these all together, which is awesome. And it looks like we got 2 left. I'm assuming bathroom, and over the pickup window for the drive-thru is what I'm assuming. And we'll find out. Next. All right, so we did hook up the last 2 small meteor lights, the one for the bathroom and the one that's going to go over the pickup window here. But this is the first time I've plugged a light, this warm white large, into one of these plugs. So normally the lights don't have what I consider to be the power plug. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a 2-prong deal. Normally the regular lights have the little end piece to plug into the 3-port dock or the 6-port dock. And then there's that 4-port power only, what I refer to as power only dock, because I thought it only held flux touchpads and flux belting. Apparently, they make lights with those plugs as well, which I did not know until today. So that's pretty cool. That kind of changes a lot of things, because I've kind of found this new style of lighting with these docks a little bit more restricting in how many lights you can use. Unlike the old ones where I had like a 12-port dock that I could actually cut up into as many pieces as I wanted. I could have 3-port, 2-port, 4-port, 5-port. You could cut them and they still worked. You can't do that with the new stuff, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that, but it also makes it so I have to use less lighting or really think about what I'm going to do when I light something. So seeing this light with these prongs on the end of it is very encouraging to me. So that will allow me to do way more things when I go out on my own to DIY some sets myself, which, speaking of that, might actually be, this one might be next. I don't know if you can see what that is, but that, my friend, is the monorail transport base. Well, the start of it. There's the train over there. I can't zoom in any farther. But that is what we're working on next, and I'm going to light that myself. So that ought to be pretty cool. Either way, this is the last light in this bag, and there's 2 more bags left. I'm assuming one is for the car and one is for the Krusty Burger sign, because I don't see any more lights going in this place. I think this is it. I think this sign, or this is going to go over the check or order sign for the drive-thru, which is here, and I think that's it for this. So let's finish up the main restaurant and get to the car and the sign. All right, we're on to bag 3. I just checked to make sure everything works, and everything works, so that's cool. Oh, let's see what's in bag 3. So bag 3 looks like it's the sign. I see some spotlighting elements, and yep, 3-port dock, spotlighting elements, a 30 centimeter belt, a large warm white 30, 2 large warm white 30s, which is what they usually spotlight with. Yep, and it looks like we got 2 of them here. Pretty simple. Let's get this sign lit up. Okay, here's your spotlights. There's 2 of them, and I'm going to show you what I was talking about before. So this is a large warm white light, just like the one that I put inside this building here. Actually, no, it's over the, it's right here. It's in this little part here for the pickup, or the order, where you order for the drive-thru. God, I can't think today. Anyway, and that had the big plug on it. So this has this plug. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's not the 2-prong plug. It is a different plug, and it's not going to focus on there, so I don't know why I'm showing you. Either way, it's tiny. It's not like the 2-prong plug, and it goes in these little slots. And I know you can see the big ones, and there's 3 little ones, and those big ones, well, for what I thought was for power only. And apparently they have lights with those as well, so that's good to know. But either way, the lights normally have the little plug on them. I wish this would focus. It's a tiny piece. I'm surprised it's doing what it's doing at all, honestly. But you think it could focus on this. I guess it kind of did. Yeah, there it is. And it didn't. All right, either way, let's get these on. All right, spotlights are in. 3-port dock down there. Wires are just running down the back of this pole, so you can't really see them, which works just great. And it plugs into the outside of there, which is perfect because it's the side of the building I had it on anyway, so that works out. And I believe the car's next. Now, I don't see many more ports on this, so hopefully this isn't a power brick situation, which it probably is. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't assume. Anyway, let's get on to those last bags. Okay, last bag, and I'm pretty sure that I can feel a power brick in here, and there it is. So, I don't hate these things, but I kind of hate these things. So, I'll show you why. These are the lights for the car. We got a 50 centimeter belt, which leads me to believe... Oh, yes! Okay, so I don't need this. There is an extra port on the dock for the sign, the Krusty sign. There's an extra port I can plug this into, and there's a 50 centimeter belt in this. So I'm assuming they allow you the option to run with the brick or run it directly to power. I understand why they do this. It's only annoying because they don't come with the batteries. So you got to go buy the little coin batteries, which is fine. Again, this thing's cool and it does a great job, but I'm not trying to turn on 47 different little things in my city, which would include this. I just want it to come all on at once. So I'm going to hook the car up to main power, which includes this dock over here and not this. This is great, I guess, if you want to put the car on the road somewhere and not have a wire attached to it. But then again, I'm going to have to go turn this on later if I want to see it. And I'm not trying to turn on my lights and then go around and turn on a bunch of power bricks to power a bunch of other things. So either way, cool product, just not something I would probably ever use. Looks like we got some red lights. Yep, 2 red lights and 2 warm white lights. And it looks like it comes with some parts to swap out the taillights and the headlights. So let's get this finished and see what she looks like. Got the 2 warm whites in the headlights, and they actually added a nub for it to go under because it can't go under the clear solid one-piece nubs, studs that are flat, and it has to have the little piece inside. So they don't normally reattach the old studs, but they did in this case. So the flat ones are back on, and I think that's pretty cool. And then we just got to run the taillights. So let's do this. So that's pretty cool. They did it again with the taillights. They took off the flat pieces because the light won't fit underneath them, added this red piece, and then put the original light or clear red pieces back on. So I normally don't see that. Pretty cool, and I like it. So I know I sound like a broken record, but I can't stress this enough. The fact that you can put wires in between this and this and have this shit flat still and not break is amazing. These ribbon cables, they're like the best invention when it comes to Lego lighting in the history of Lego lighting, in my opinion. And I hope to God nobody copies them, because that would be a shame, because this design is awesome. Very, very awesome. And as somebody who's lit up lots of things, the fact that these can fit underneath, it's amazing. You might not quite understand it, but I do, and it's awesome. Okay, so I guess the power brick is, if you want to use it, you can, because it's there. Or the 50 centimeter cable coming off of it, the flux belt. I just checked it, and apparently you can, you can use that power brick as a dock. So basically what happened was there's 4 lights, there's 3 ports in this dock, there's 2 more ports in the power brick itself. So they ran a 5 centimeter to the power brick from the dock, and then plugged 2 of the lights into the power brick and 2 of the lights into the dock, and then ran the 50 centimeter from the power brick out. And you don't need batteries. It acts like a dock. So that's pretty cool. I guess I never really messed around with one of these to see if it would do that, but now that I know it does that, I might use mine as some docks here and there. Because it comes in handy. Now, you can't use the car anymore, obviously. Nobody's going to sit in there. But it wasn't like I had Krusty sitting in the car anyway. So that worked out great. I think it looks pretty cool. And we're done. So let me get everything sorted out, and we'll turn it on and check it out. And then we'll put it in its home, and we'll be done with this video. Okay, let's check out Krusty Burger, and I don't know why this looks all weird. This roof piece is, it's very strange. Like, doesn't like to sit where it's supposed to, and I don't understand why. But either way, it doesn't really matter, because we're going to take this off. So, let's see what she looks like. Alexa, turn off ceiling lights. Jeez, okay. That is bright. So, Car's lit up. Looks great. Krusty Burger sign looks great. The drive-through window sign looks awesome. You can see in here very well. Now let's take the roof off. So inside here, it's pretty cool. There's a light on in the fryer, so the fry oil is lit up. The grill has a red light in it and a green light to show that it's on. And then the rest is just overhead lighting. It looks, for the most part, very bright. Looks very good. I kind of like how the light from the board here, this one here, shines down on the where you order. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's hard to tell because of what I'm doing here, but I wonder if I can zoom in on that. That light looks great right there. Pretty cool stuff. Looks excellent. I like the light on the fryer and the grill. It looks cool. Awesome. So let's whoops. Oh geez. I'll learn how to work this camera one of these days. This looks great. Cool. Let's get it in the city and hook it up and see what it looks like with the rest of the collection. Okay, so Krusty Burger is in a weird spot right now at the moment just because this layout is ever changing, and this is the only spot I got at the moment, so but it is all hooked up, so let's see what it looks like. Alexa, turn on basement lights. Hey, she listened. Okay. Alexa, turn off ceiling lights. Okay. All right. There's the Burg. All lit up. I don't know why this thing's all crooked and weird. Well, I do. Car looks pretty cool back there. The sign looks cool. I didn't hide any of the wires from the sign or the car yet because I'm probably going to move this thing eventually. But it does look good here. I have a limo going in to get drive-through, of course. That's an old limo, by the way. It only holds like 2 people, 1 person, and a driver, which is hilarious. But the Krusty Burger lights look great. Pretty easy, 2.0, gotta love it. Looks pretty good. All right, cool. Let's wrap up this video. Well, I hope you enjoyed this latest episode. It was awesome doing the Krusty lights. I gotta say, once again, LEGO Bricks does a great job. So easy to install, they look awesome, and I'm pleased. I always am. So I don't know what I'm doing next. Maybe a vlog. I might take you to my local bricks and minifig store next episode, or I did order lights for a special set that I just bought, and maybe we'll go check it out. Let's go check it out. Okay, so let's go check this out. I just bought this guy. Gigantic dragon, the guardian dragon. Couldn't pass him up. It's going to look awesome, and I actually bought lights for it. So I got some lights coming, and they're going to be here probably soon, actually. I wouldn't imagine. They'd probably be here by the end of the week. So, and I'm going to put him right here. So the heavenly gates I kind of have as the entrance to my world here. It just seemed to make sense, I guess. So I'm going to put the dragon right next to him. So like right here somewhere. It'll be next to the heavenly gates, so that'll look pretty cool. Or heavenly gate, I don't know. Gates. I don't know if it's plural or not. Either way, it doesn't really matter. So new stuff is going to be happening. So cool. Subscribe, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. And give it a like, that'd be great too. And until next time, folks, have a wonderful day.